Hi, and welcome to Ask Dawn and Donna. Today, we're going to talk about forgiveness and how forgiveness and hearing I'm sorry, we associate the two, but we're going to kind of unpack it a little bit. First, talk about I'm sorry, and then how that's slightly different than forgiveness. So, Dawn, I think you have an example.
Yeah, I have a client who has a friend, a mentor actually, who she really reveres, but who has been going through her own challenges, um, physically and health wise. And she hasn't had positive things to say to or for her for quite some time. And it's been really hard for her. It's been really hard for her because this person obviously believes they know better, right? And it's like, are they living your life? Not really. They're not really. So they're welcome to their opinion. But I believe in creating that space. I believe in firing people. I fire friends, I fire family, I fire doctors. If if you can't be kind to me, then I'm out. I'm out. I don't need to share this space with you. Um, and Facebook has this lovely button called block, even a 30 days off. If that person pops back up in 30 days and your first thought is, that's called delete, 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 right? I just, you know, sometimes we need to hear the words, but space is just as effective because, because my client's living her best life. If she's living her best life, then does anybody else's opinion matter?
It's true. And then there's that level of a interpersonal relationship, especially a close one. I mean, typically, well, like anytime people want to be acknowledged if they were right or if they were hurt, they like that acknowledgement. But if you know you're not going to get the I'm sorry, the further thing that I've learned for forgiveness for myself and for others is really acceptance. To me, that it's acceptance of what is. And there's been relationships where I haven't wanted to forgive the other person because I was, I was harmed or I was right or whatever the situation. If you looked at it on paper, then yeah, I would be right. But the energy and the turmoil that it put me in
Mhm.
was costing me more so than the other person, even if they think about it or care or whatever. Like whatever I was doing it in my system, I was still attached to the relationship and having a relationship without the person
Right.
and trying to negotiate all the reasons why I was, right, or why I should be given an I'm sorry or whatever. But then that just kind of fueled my own feelings of it in a vacuum. It was just me. It wasn't even that I was letting this person know. So there was on all levels, it was, I didn't get the sorry. They didn't hear how I felt. And I was still feeling bad or conflicted or in turmoil or angry or upset. So on all levels, I was doing nothing. So once I switched to really look and find what forgiveness meant, it was like an acceptance of like, okay, I'm hurt. Why am I hurt? Okay, how can I accept myself for being even vulnerable enough to get hurt and being that okay and not looking to judge what I did, but to take the judgment out of it and just start in the wave of forgiveness of accepting myself and forgiving myself for what has happened and in this moment. And then it started to set me free that I really didn't have an emotional connection to the person anymore, whether I got the sorry or not. Like it would be nice, but that wasn't the outcome that was going to make it better. It was more the internal, like, okay, I accepted this person into my life. I accepted that I was treated like that. I was a integral person in having
Of course.
her do whatever was done to me. I allowed that
Right.
relationship So instead of feeling bad or wanting something different, I flipped it a little, and that gave me some freedom and also some reprieve, like, okay, and a perspective that changed.
A perspective that changed. And isn't everything perspective? So even for
Mhm.
my client, this mentor has this perspective that she's doing things wrong, and she believes she's living her best life. So it's all about perspective. And I feel like, do you want to be right, or do you want the relationship? So it's now going to cost that mentor possibly that relationship, but
Mhm.
she still gets to be right without saying, I'm sorry. So all the power to you then, right? Because I would rather let those people go and be free to live. Um, well, I, of course, I'm gifted at grudges too.
Which is a perfect place to put some forgiveness and
Yes,
see
there is.
if it unloosens those grudges.
Yes, and forgiveness is not letting that person off the hook. Forgiveness is a gift for yourself. It's cutting that cord, and
Mhm.
ironically, I pulled the oh, what was your word? Acceptance. I pulled the acceptance card last night. So pulling the cord and putting in my notice to move today, it was like that all just landed. Like I
Mm.
felt lost. I was doing this whole thing between the money, the space. This is pretty good. It doesn't get any cheaper. Downtown van. I'm a downtown girl. And it's like, no, I can live anywhere. I can do and be like, I can make videos with you from anywhere.
Right.
So why don't I? Why don't I? I've been considering a lot of things. I've had a lot of visions about like, I should be in Paris. And those ticket
Shouldn't we
prices keep
all?
going up. I
That's
know,
right.
right? Right.
That's
So,
true.
this little COVID thing, but really, I'll wear a mask for 14 hours in Paris. I could put everything in storage and do that. I don't have any kids. I don't have a significant other. I'm as free as a bird. So, why do I think I need this space right here, right now, to be exactly like it is always? And the acceptance of that has allowed me to make a different choice. And again, it goes back to the mind's voice and the soul voice, because the soul voice is pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet, is pretty muted, is all positive. It's about the possibilities. We can dream the possibilities. Our mind voice is like, but this is a risk. Don't do that. You're paying only this here. You're safe and secure. You have a roof over your head, blah, blah, blah. Right? So the risk is the soul's voice. The soul's voice really wants you to risk it and to do bigger and better and great things to live your best life.
It's true.
No biggie,
Very
no
true.
biggie, right?
I
It
do want
asks a lot of you, and to trust and to trust and to know.
I do want you to talk about the Hawaiian forgiveness technique,
Mm,
because I think that
yes.
is really powerful and simple, but also aligned with this. So it kind of comes out from different ways too. If there's someone in your life that you think, or or maybe family members, typically they don't always offer up I'm sorry's. I think this technique would
No, they
be
don't.
good to just utilize if anyone is out there that needs something more concrete. So go ahead.
Yes. So this is the Hapona Pono prayer, and it's four statements. It's I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
Mm,
And so it's like a journaling practice. Write down that person's name on the page. I am sorry, da, 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 fill in the blank. Please forgive me, da, 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 for my part in it. Thank you for being the person I most respect and love in this world, or whatever. And I love you, and that is all that matters, right? And you can release a lot in those four simple statements. Now, I recently met a gentleman that that lives part time in Hawaii, and he's like, "That's not true. The four statements isn't true. It's just the thank you, I love you. So if you don't
Oh.
have time to do all four, just do the two." I thought that was fascinating. I'd never heard that before, because a Pono is becoming much more popular in the circle of energy work, and I have certainly done it for family members myself. And that is the beauty of forgiveness, is no matter what you write, don't send it. Don't send it. It's a gift to you to cut those cords, to allow you to be free of whatever that hurt, whatever those emotions, whatever those challenges are. Forgiving them is the gift to you, not to them.
Yeah, and I like
And
it because
healing for
out of
yourself,
your,
which allows you to move on and live your best life.
and you get it out of your system, so it's not ruminating over and over. It's like clear, so there's more separation. So maybe you might need to do it several times or however often, but that it's
Right.
not still so fresh in your body, making confusions or like keeping you unclear or stuck in some loop of something. That it actually does help if people want closure, other than, sometimes you need to say to the person, other times you just need to get it out of you to be done with it yourself, and then see what there's. So then the relationship will change either way. Maybe they might call you out
As
of
it
the blue.
shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Your energy shifts, so that energy shifts, right? And I recommend writing the Ho'oponopono before you even speak to the person, to remember why you even want to have forgiveness between you, right? And give yourself the gift first to have the clarity of the perspective, and I should get a gold medal in ruminating as well. I'm highly skilled
I think you have like
at
4 or 5
grudges
right now.
and ruminating.
I think Canada gets the gold. They win the overall. They sweep the whatever kind of Olympics we want to call this, the self-deprecation Olympics.
Emotional warfare.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. If let us know if you've tried any forgiveness techniques and how it works out. If you have a story you want to share about something or someone that you're having a hard time to bridge that gap from, like, I just can't forgive them and I never will. We would love to hear that
Everything's
too.
confidential here, by the way. You'll notice we don't use names.
Never. And so you can email us that to askdawnanddonna@gmail.com. If you like our banter and the information we share, go ahead and add a little subscribe or like to the video, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.